Hey YouTubers, welcome back to another episode of Madden 13 Connected Careers with Coach Theo Bonds. This is episode 9 and we are looking at the bye week here. We're in week 7 of the 2012 season and we're going to go take a look here, and we're actually this week we're actually going to spend some points here. I didn't really show it in this video, but we do spend some points here working on some players here, working on some abilities and whatnot. But really, this episode is really about talking about what we're going to do here during this week here as we prepare for our next game here, which will be against the Eagles. As you see there, our goals there this year is to make the playoffs. And the reason why I picked the Falcons, if you guys can't remember, was because the Falcons at this time were one of those teams that were just on the border of getting to the Super Bowl when they lost the NFC Championship game. So I decided to create Theo Bonds and have him come to the National Football League to do something with the Falcons here, who are one of my favorite teams there, and still are now, with a lot of different changes now since this game came out. But right now we're looking at some injuries here. We got Robert James here, who's our outside linebacker. He has a foot fracture. He'll be out for a week. And then we got Will Civitek, who's going to be out for 19 weeks with a fractured elbow. And currently, right now, we're working on a contract dispute with him. We're going to try to see what we can work out with him. And then, of course, I think our last guy here is Brent Grimes, who has an Achilles tear. He'll be out for the 16 weeks, so he's done for the season. So we got two guys done for the season here, and we'll have to see what we can do without them as we go along on our journey here to try to get to the Super Bowl. So you see Matt Ryan, 2,479 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 7 NITs. His longest pass he's had is 95 yards. And so far he's been just, overall, just been great, but they're under center. Then, of course, our lead rusher right here, Michael Turner, 114 attempts with 514 yards, 11 touchdowns on the ground. And then you see Snelling with 6 carries, 23 yards, and 1 touchdown. Of course, we're trying to get him into more of the game here. I'm kind of a guy that likes to work on the running game. That's pretty much my bread and butter when it comes to offense. And we'll definitely try to work him into a lot more. So you see Roddy White there, 1,004 yards there. Julio Jones just close to the 1,000-yard mark with 952, and he has 9 TDs. Roddy White has 8, and then Gonzalez 373 yards and 2 touchdowns for him. And then Harry Douglas 6 receptions, 92 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now, I want to talk about what I want to do for this series, and I think I mentioned this before, and of course now it's probably changed since the very first episode, but I really want to work on defense. That's a lot of, during the scouting and whatnot, that's what I really pay attention to, scouting some players for next season. Really trying to retool the defensive line, but more or less the defensive, the secondary, linebackers, safeties, and corners, and I want to do a lot more in that area for this ball club. And then I guess the second thing would be the D-line, working on that, and then finally working on the backs on our offense. I want to put a lot of young guys up in there. Have certain guys come in during third downs, and then also bring in guys that would be perfect for certain play formations and whatnot. So here in the next couple of episodes, you'll guys will see some difference in when it comes to halfbacks and stuff like that, and certain playing schemes and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, those are the 3 things that I really want to work on this season as we go into the next season and start really getting swapping guys in and out, keeping the defense as fresh as I possibly can, and most importantly, keep the offense on the field as long as possible and really wear down the opponent's defense. But there you see some of the blocking numbers there and the sacks that they allowed. We got to kind of try to really cut that down. You see Sam Baker, 2 pancake tackles, and then you see 8 sacks right there. He's not been playing very well. We're going to have to really work on his when it comes to pass blocking here. But there you see the defense there. You guys can pause the video and check out the numbers there. I'm not going to really get into those. But just overall, I just want to really work on those 3 main things when it comes to our defense. And I'm a big stickler, which Theo Bonds, not Theo, Teddy Bonds Senior. He's a real stickler about defense. He really wants to make sure his defense is locked tight and solid, and he really just wants to make sure that everything is done that needs to be taken care of when it comes to the defense, because if you've got a good defense and they help you out in field position, then your offense will be a breeze going up the field and not so much pressure on them when it comes to them needing to score. So like I said, defense is going to be his thing, and that's what I'm really going to be focused on this season. And then of course, then the next season we'll start. We'll tinker with the offense. I'm kind of satisfied with the offense. Maybe the only thing I really want to change on the offensive side of the ball is probably the besides the halfbacks, but I really want to work with making the offensive line stronger when it comes to running, because I love the running game in Madden. That's always, like I said, been my bread and butter, and just something I've always I can tip my hat to, because it's something I really enjoy. I put in different backs in different certain situations, and I've actually broke the all-time rushing record in Madden. I think it was Madden 12. So it'd be this game right before this one that I did that in. But right now, you guys look at the standings right here, and of course we're first place. We're undefeated here. I believe 6-0. And we'll go ahead and look at some other standings here in the AFC South. Kind of now just looking around the league here, and see the Texans there are 4-2, leading the AFC South. And there you see the Titans dead last there in that division. Of course, then we'll go see the Patriots here 4-2. Jets are 0-6 there. No surprise there. I got some friends that are some Mean Green fans there. But yeah, there they are, 0-6, have not got a win just yet. So we'll go ahead and go to the AFC West. And my other team that I love is the Broncos, 3-3. Raiders 2-3, Chargers 2-4, and the Kansas City Chiefs, my hometown losers, 1-5 right there. So, and then now we'll go on the NFC side here. The Packers 5-1, Bears 4-1, Vikings 3-3, and Lions 2-3. So, just taking a look at the standings here, we'll continue going through those right here. And there you see us 6-0. Looking pretty there. Of course, Panthers 3-2, along with the Saints, and then the Bucks 0-5. And we haven't. I think we've only played. I think a couple of division games. I think we played the Panthers already once, and I think the Saints already once. And I think we got coming up. We got the Bucks coming up here soon. But of course, the game that we're getting ready for, before we can't look too far down the pike. There you see the Eagles 5-1 there. We got them coming up next. Then we got the Giants. There you see at 3-3. Redskins 3-3, and the Cowgirls, who will play actually after the Eagles game. They're currently right now 2-3 for the season so far. So then the NFC West got the Seahawks 4-2, 49ers 4-2, Rams 3-3, and Cardinals 3-3. So a pretty tight division there. When it comes to the NFC West. So, like I said, those are the things we're going to try to work on this season. Like I said, defense is going to be the first thing we're going to work on. Then, during the draft, after the draft, and going to the off season, coming into the next upcoming season, we're going to start tinkering with the offense and getting that going and getting the way that Coach Bonds wants it. So. Take a look here. Here's some of the Week 7 games right here. You guys can pause the video and check out, see who's playing who, and see what your favorite team is, who they're playing this week. And there you see you got some pretty good matchups here. Got a couple divisional games in there. Steelers, Bengals. You got Jets, Patriots there. Of course, Monday night, Lions and Bears, which is always a good one to watch. But yeah, right there, like I said, week 7, pretty good matchups here. We got there. You take a look again, and so we get a bye week. We're gonna rest up and try to hopefully get some guys that are dinged up and see what we can do for them. But here's our schedule so far, and you know, pretty close. We've had some pretty close games. I think we had one close game. Raiders gave us a bit of a scare there. If you guys remember in the last episode there, I believe the first half, they gave us a scare. And then for whatever reason, we just went off and took the bull by the horns and took the win from them. But there you see, we end up at home with the Bucks. So we got the Bucks last half of the season here, and we got the Saints and Panthers there towards the end also. So right now we're going to look at some the guys, our draft board right here. And like I said, we're looking at a lot of offensive linemen, or I should say not offensive linemen, defensive players, defensive ends, a lot of defensive linemen, defensive secondaries, your linebackers. I believe I'm looking at a couple corners there. This one right here, just trying to see where we can do when it comes to the defensive side of the ball here this year. We don't have too many re-signs. A lot of guys that we've already re-signed. We got a couple of negotiations with a couple guys, which we'll see here in just a bit. But for the most part, everything looks pretty good. Everybody that I want to come back for next season is going to come back, which is great. And we don't have too many holes to fill in. But we'll just, like I said, we'll have to see with who's exactly going to, fit in the scheme that we're trying to run here in Atlanta with Matt Ryan there taking the charge there as the general of the offense. But yeah, just taking a look here. Just you guys can look here and see. Just we got a quarterback that we're kind of looking at that I thought of. His numbers look pretty good for at least maybe eventually back up, because I do want to start thinking about the future. Matt Ryan's still young enough he'll be around the league for quite some time, but just get a quarterback, maybe as a trade, because every team's looking for a quarterback, or you got usually a handful of teams that are looking for a quarterback. So possibly a trade bargaining chip with a team in the future, and try to bring a guy that we may need on offense, or maybe need a guy on defense that would really fit with the scheme that Coach Bonds is trying to work with. But talking to Coach Bonds after the game and going to this bye week, he is very satisfied. He's very actually surprised at the way they're playing, and hopes that this can continue on. Of course, he knows that one game, that one tough game is coming up, and he knows that being undefeated is not like what it is in college. College football, he's in the years past, I've had him in other college football games, and he's won, been undefeated several times and hasn't lost, and he knows in the NFL that doesn't, having a loss is not the end of the world, and going undefeated is not really heard of in the NFL. So he knows that there's going to be a game that a team will get the best of him. He just hopes it won't be a total blowout and end up losing their confidence as they go into the next game. I think I said this in another video before, but I have actually had Teddy Bonds in several college games, and he's actually been undefeated. I think the record, I think he had won like 170 games before he finally lost. So you kind of do the math, how many years that was. But it was really, really cool to have finally, kind of weird to kind of win all those games and then end up losing. So, well, but I know that we're gonna have a close game that we're gonna end up losing to, which I'm fine with. You can't be perfect in Madden. If you are, you're obviously playing on a rookie level or something like that in the game. But we're playing all Madden here with some sliders that I got from Operational Sports. So, we're due for a loss here. Like I said, I'm hoping to lose. Maybe it won't be a team that we'll play against in our own division. Hopefully, it's somebody that we don't see as often. But never know. But right now, as you're looking here, we're looking at some of the season stats here, looking at some of the guys that are doing what in the National Football, and then you see some of the guys, our guys here for Atlanta here, doing quite well there in the top 10 and top 20 in each different category there: receptions, yardage, and touchdowns. But like I said, going into this bye week, we got the Jets, who have been playing very well, and I believe it is, it's Michael Vick. He's still with this team in this version of Madden. So we have to deal with Michael Vick. So that means we're going to have to do a lot of, put a lot of spies on him, try and change up the scheme so they don't look all the same when it comes to, avoiding him from running. I really don't want him to run on us too much. I know he's going to run on us a couple of times, but for the most part, we just got to kind of keep him in the pocket and force him to throw, and just make him. If he's gonna try to win this game, he's gonna have to do it with his arm. So that will be something that Coach Bonds and his coaching staff will have to look at and review tape over the week to get a game plan set up to go against Michael Vick and the Eagles. So there you see this punting stats there. Again, guys want more about see who's doing what. Just pause the video and check out the numbers there. But like I said, going into this bye week, we're trying to get a lot of guys rested up. We got one guy coming back next week. The other two are going to be out for the rest of the season. So hopefully we can avoid any major injuries and just play the best football we can, and just really do play some error-free football and just make the right decisions and get the ball in the end zone and just put some numbers on the board. Of course, last game you've seen we put up 63 points. Really, I knew I didn't want to don't want to see that happen, but it happened, and the way we played, we just played excellent football there. So. And really I'm really not trying to run up the score, but that's how the game doesn't want to play me as tough as it's supposed to be. Then hey, what can I say? But that is it for this episode, you guys. As you see there, we're going to go to Philadelphia at Lincoln Financial Field there in Philly. There you see 5-1 for the Phillies, 6-0 for us. Our defense is ranked first, as our offense is ranked third. Their offense is ranked second, and they are ranked 8th in defense. So definitely come on back, you guys, for another episode of Madden 13 Connected Careers with Coach Teddy Bonds, and we'll see you here in week 8. See what we can do against these guys. Of course, we got some negotiations we have to go through, and hopefully we can re-sign these guys and get. Don't worry about any more. Don't worry about signing any more players to the team. So that is it for me, you guys. As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.